recent crash involving Tesla's autopilot technology is raising concerns about letting computers take over the driving duties from humans. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said preliminary reports from the crash indicated that it occurred when a tractor-trailer made a left turn in front of the Tesla and the car failed to apply the brakes. And it is, in fact, the first known fatal accident involving a vehicle being driven by itself by means of sophisticated computer software, sensors, cameras, and radar. So first death, obviously a tragedy. We knew that it would eventually come. We probably didn't expect it to happen before the software had even been rolled out of beta and become a standard feature that people were expected to use. Now, Tesla has, of course, responded to this. Elon Musk and the companies he commands are very good about addressing concerns in the public. And so they gave more details about why they think this crash happened. Why is it that the autopilot technology didn't sense the truck and apply the brakes? So they say the vehicle was on a divided highway with autopilot engaged when a tractor-trailer drove across the highway perpendicular to the Model S. Neither autopilot nor the driver noticed the white side of the tractor-trailer against a brightly lit sky, so the brake was not applied. And so it's a case where the background made it more difficult for the cameras to detect the color of the truck. Now, in terms of it actually being a fatal accident, they say that if it hadn't been with a tractor-trailer where the windshield is effectively colliding with something elevated above the ground, it's likely that the safety features, which the Model S has received a great deal of praise for, would have saved the man's life. But we will never know because the accident went another way. However, they also want to make clear that simply because autopilot is available on Tesla automobiles does not mean that this is cause to, as was widely shared on social media, go to sleep in your car. They say it is important to note that Tesla disables autopilot by default and requires explicit acknowledgement that the system is new technology and still in a public beta phase before it can be enabled. Additionally, every time that autopilot is engaged, the car reminds the driver to always keep your hands on the wheel. Be prepared to take over at any time. And they conclude by saying, as more real-world miles accumulate and the software logic accounts for increasingly rare events, the probability of injury will keep decreasing. Autopilot is getting better all the time, but it is not perfect and still requires the driver to remain alert. And so, as I said in the beginning, this is causing concerns about this sort of technology. But should it cause those concerns? I'm not entirely sure that it should. This software is still extremely new. Autopilot in particular, and the versions of Autopilot that some other manufacturers are testing right now. Their track record is surprisingly good considering how complicated the software is, but now we have a fatal accident. We have to remember, though, that this is a very rare event that happened. And while the cameras and the technology did not see the truck, the human didn't see it either. And that sort of thing happens all the time. We can't forget that that human error literally leads to thousands of automobile deaths just in the United States every single year. The computer, in some cases, might not see something, but humans miss crucial information on the road on a daily basis in every city across the country. And so while the death is, of course, a tragedy, as every traffic death is, we do have to keep it in a bit of context when judging the entire future potential of a brand new piece of technology. And that's my final judgment.